What up, Crypto Warriors? It's Ultra Crypto back at it again. Today is Thursday, the 6th of May, 2021. Yes, Bitcoin is retracing just a little bit, and we are in a mixture of green and red throughout the market. I think people are finally taking some off the top of Doge. That's why it dropped. We'll see what happens with this Bitcoin, with this Elon and Saturday Night Live thing, but pretty much mixture of red and green. Nothing to be, crazy. Oh wow! Except for this Ethereum Classic. Wow, they're pumping a lot. They're the only ones that's really winning in the top 20. They're only and EOS and Ethereum Classic, killing it. Hey, the key to this crypto game is just hold. Never sell your whole bag. All right, when you're in profits, never sell your whole bag. Take some off the top, of course, the initial investment, and then as time goes on, it may go down. You may be holding the bag for a while, but never ever sell your whole bag, man. Not financial advice. I'm just saying. That's what I've learned. I regretted selling my whole bag of Tron right now. Regretted selling. What else I have? My whole bag of Ethereum Classic, EOS. Like, they're up a lot. All right. So I've had all these coins. Neo. Right. I've had all these coins, and I wasn't buying them at the highs. I was buying them on the way down during the bear market. So again, do not sell your whole bag. Just take your profits and hold some, because you never know. You just never, ever know. Today's going to be a Bitcoin heavy video. Bitcoin heavy. All right. So let's get into it. Coming from Twitter. This is from Full Metal Hodl. And we have the hardest money known to mankind, and we're in here talking about shitcoins. And we're talking about shitcoins. Hey, this is a classic Allen Iverson interview. We talking about practice? What we really talking about right now? We talking about practice? Hey, listen, great meme. I love the Bitcoin space, man. Love crypto. All right, here it is. I reported on this last month, about the governor or a governor from the Central Bank of China, right, coming out and saying that investment alternatives, right, they were only seemingly innocuous words, investment alternatives, but when applied to Bitcoin, the seminal cryptocurrency, by an official from the People's Bank of China in a recent panel discussion, they reverberated like a firecracker. Listen, when you have anybody from a central bank talking about it's an alternative, right? Investment alternative. Bitcoin, we already know Bitcoin won, but now they're coming out and they're saying it publicly. That's probably because they feel like they have enough now to pump it, right? And as you will see in this video, Bitcoin should not be anywhere under 100 grand. Maybe $85,000, and that's it. But it should not be lower than 80. I'll go with 85K. Bitcoin should not be lower than 85K with all of the news coming out. All right. Next, and that, by the way, this is from Cointelegraph magazine. It looks like, yeah, magazine by Cointelegraph. And here it is. This one's coming from the Daily Hodl. Long time Bitcoin skeptic Ray Dalio recommends allocating 20% of portfolio to Bitcoin. Did a video and mentioned this in the past as well, and this was back on April 18th. All right, here it is. According to commodities media outlet Kitco, Dalio suggests adding Bitcoin when building a diversified investment portfolio. Dalio takes his recommendation a step further, contending that investors should allocate 20%. You would think from the biggest, he was one of the biggest Bitcoin skeptic all the way up until literally last month. All right. He was starting to warm up to Bitcoin end of the year 2020 and, in the beginning of 2021, saying, well, I got to look into it more. I got to research more. But once he understood that it's digital gold and that everything is moving from an analog to digital, right? And with all the currency debasement, with all the currency debasement happening worldwide, it's not only the Federal Reserve that's printing currency at a tremendous rate. It's every single country, every single central bank. They are debasing their currency by printing too much of it. He sees this as a way to protect yourself. Typically, people or investors, people, when you're talking about investing into Bitcoin, they would have typically said 1 to 5%. He's going all in. He's going all in. He said, forget bonds, right? Don't worry about bonds anymore. They're dead, because a lot of bonds around the world are negative yielding bonds, where you're paying them to invest. All right. So you're basically not getting anything in return. You're paying money and losing money, burning money. Forget bonds. 20% of your allocation of a well-balanced portfolio into Bitcoin. This is what the man has said. All right, one of the supposed best investors, over the last however many years. Although, if you've been in Bitcoin, you've definitely way outperformed him, right? Even if you've just came into Bitcoin last year, you've outperformed him, or outperformed him and his fund over the past decade. Okay, but I won't get into that. He's finally here, and he finally saw what Bitcoin is, and he's telling everyone, hey, 20%, not the usual 1 to 5%. He's going gun ho. Forget bonds, right? So typically, a well-balanced portfolio will include stocks, bonds, some real estate, maybe some precious metals and things of that nature, right? And weighted out differently depending on what investment vehicle you're using. But he's saying, wait, forget bonds, get rid of them, get Bitcoin. 20% of your allocation go to Bitcoin. So if you have $100, 20 of that go into Bitcoin. That is big news. This news alone should have propelled Bitcoin's price to all-time new highs. Next, PayPal says its crypto efforts are producing really great results on earnings call. Well, duh, right? Anytime you add Bitcoin to any company's balance sheet or incorporate it in your system somehow, you're going to be winning. During PayPal's Quarter 1 2021 investor update call, President and CEO Dan Schulman said digital assets had performed strongly for the company, and that he believes crypto and central bank digital currencies will be a driving force in forging a more equitable financial system. Yes, I don't know about central bank digital currencies, but cryptos definitely allows for regular people to get in that don't have a lot of money to make significant gains, to make a significant life-changing amount of money. Okay? From my own personal experience. Not financial advice, of course. And here it is. In partnership with governments and in compliance with local and national and global regulators frameworks, he's talking about incorporating CBDCs and things like that nature on their roadmap. We've got a tremendous amount of really great results going on tactically with our crypto efforts. They're making money. They're making money, and that's the end story. That's just the point of it. They're making a lot of money ever since they incorporated Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies into their systems. Next, and again, this is the type of news that should be pushing Bitcoin to all-time new high. This is why I say it's probably being manipulated and being forced down, because people are trying to stack as much Bitcoin as possible. The largest Latin American e-commerce platform adds $7.8 million in Bitcoin to its treasury. And Mercado Libre, the largest e-commerce platform in Latin America, has announced to the US SEC that it acquired $7.8 million in Bitcoin in the first quarter of 2021. So while everybody wasn't paying attention, they were stacking up Bitcoin. All right. As part of this is coming directly from them. As part of our treasury strategy, this quarter we purchased $7.8 million in Bitcoin, a digital asset that we are disclosing within our indefinite-lived intangible assets. Intangible assets. Those coins, like Bitcoin Trade say, don't talk to me unless you're talking about those coins that you can't touch. The purchase makes the Argentinian company the first large Latin American company to acquire Bitcoin for its treasury and sees it join an exclusive club of companies such as MicroStrategy and Tesla, and we all know about that. Mercado Libre's on Bitcoin. Beyond the formal announcement, the relationship of the popular e-commerce portal with Bitcoin is not new. As previously reported by Cointelegraph and Espanol, at the end of April, it enabled the use of Bitcoin for their real estate verticals in the Argentine market. They're basically accepting Bitcoin for real estate in Argentina. In addition, Marcos Galperin, founder and former CEO of Mercado Libre, has already announced publicly on several occasions that he has owned Bitcoin in his personal portfolio since 2013. Look at that. A Bitcoiner. That's a real Bitcoin OG. Been in since 2013. And now it's not so taboo for businesses to start to accept and incorporate Bitcoin within, either their treasury or billing it within their platforms. It's not such a taboo thing anymore. So he was way ahead of the game. All right. Way ahead of the game by 8 years? Crazy. Again, man, hey, news like this should have Bitcoin's price to all-time new highs. That's going to be the recurring theme. NASDAQ listed insurer Metromile plans $10 million Bitcoin purchase. I'm not going to read this one. Just go off the headline. It's an insurance company, and they're going to be buying Bitcoin. They're going to be buying Bitcoin. Publicly listed company. There you go. And this one coming in from Cointelegraph. Everything was from Cointelegraph today except for the first two articles. U.S. banks to allow Bitcoin trading in 2021, says NYDIG execs. Now listen, this one right here should have pumped the price sky high. Sky high. Bitcoin should be at all-time new highs right now and in price discovery mode right now. Every single bank in the United States, are going to be offering Bitcoin to their customers. We saw the precursor to this in late December, I think it was, when the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, right, headed up by Brian Brooks, who is now the CEO of Binance.us. We saw that he allowed banks to basically do what they're doing now. Allow banks to be able to custody and use cryptocurrencies as payment rails. Now, every single bank will be offering cryptocurrencies to their customers. And let's just have a quick read, real quick. There's a part here about dirty-ass Bank of America I want to get to. But here it is. The era of American banks regarding cryptocurrencies as evil might be coming to an end. It already ended. And as Bitcoin Zay said, all right, from the Gentleman of Crypto, give him a follow on Twitter at Bitcoin Zay. All right, banks don't accept Bitcoin. Bitcoin accept banks. Think about that. All right, banks don't accept Bitcoin. Bitcoin accept banks. That's what's really happening here. All right, that's what's really happening. So again, every bank in the U.S. will be offering their customers Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, according to a report by CNBC. NYDIG, in partnership with fintech staple Fidelity National Information Service, or FIS, provide the framework for U.S. banks to offer crypto trading services to their customers. So no longer will you have to transfer money, right, from your account to a Gemini, to a Coinbase, or even to PayPal, Cash App, all these other entities. You could do it directly. They're just going to update their apps, and you'll be able to do it directly within the app. Guarantee it. However, do not trust the banks with your cryptos. Just like you don't trust these exchanges with your cryptos, don't trust the banks with your cryptos. Do not trust any bank with your cryptos. They'll offer it to you. They'll charge you a crazy fee to process it. And then when you're trying to send it off to your own custody solution, they're going to charge you again the network fee and then some. And if you leave it within the banks or leave it with the banks, what's going to happen is when they fail, because all banks will fail, when they fail, they're going to say, well, we don't have your cryptocurrency, and we don't have your money. or it's going to be a situation like Mt. Gox where you're waiting years and years, because these people still didn't get their money back from Mt. Gox yet. You're waiting years and years to get your Bitcoin or money back. And yeah, but whatever, congratulations. I say things like this should push the price of Bitcoin well over 100 grand, because every single bank is in the game now. Every bank in your local bank down the street is in the game now. There's no reason why Bitcoin should be less than 100K, in my opinion, of course. What the hell do I know, right? But here it is. According to NYDIG, major names such as Bank of America and JP Morgan may be incentivized to come on board once smaller banks begin to reap the rewards of retail trading adoption. Bank of America, BOA, is among one of the staunchest anti-crypto banks in the U.S., regularly disputing the value proposition of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. They're always coming out with their stupid reports talking about why Bitcoin will go to zero, or talking about the energy use of Bitcoin. Just FUD and negative articles all the time about Bitcoin. Bank of America. Indeed, NYDIG President Yan Zhao said that the massive revenue being reported by the likes of Robinhood and Coinbase was the kicker for the U.S. banks to set their sights on retail crypto trading. Right now, we're seeing the likes of, JP Morgan, they're offering it to their wealth clients. So that means you have $25 million or more with them. What's the next one? Goldman Sachs, and there's a next big bank that I can't remember the name now. But anyway, big banks with clients with $25 million or more, they're offering crypto services to them, right? And JP Morgan is still kind of on the fence, because they're only telling them to allow 1% of their net worth into Bitcoin. Only 1%. Meanwhile, we have Ray Dalio saying, hey, jump in 20%, but whatever. Anyway, once they see that the local neighborhood banks making millions just from trading cryptocurrencies, they're going to start offering it to their retail clients as well. And that, my friends, will push the price up crazy. Indeed, and like I read that part, U.S. banks, blah, blah, blah. This is not just the banks thinking that their clients want Bitcoin. They're saying we need to do this because we see the data, or data for some of you. They're seeing deposits going to the Coinbase and Galaxies and Krakens of the world. When I get money deposited to my bank from, working for my pay or whatever, it goes right out. And I transfer it right away to Gemini. I'll pay the $20. I don't want it to take 3 to 5 days or whatever. I'll pay the $20 to do a bank wire. And I'll eat that $20 and transfer it right away. This way, if I do it, if I do it before like 12 p.m. or something, it'll get there by like 1500 by 3 p.m. They're seeing this. All the banks are seeing this. Like, okay, all this money is going right out. It's not even like staying in our coffers anymore. People aren't keeping any deposits with them. I don't have a savings account with them. My savings account is Bitcoin. My investment is Bitcoin. I don't do anything with my bank. The only reason why I still have them is because I still pay some bills using dirty fiat. And some clients still refuse to pay me with Bitcoin. All right, some of my clients, they do pay me in Bitcoin. There's the data is there. The data is there, or data again for tomato, right? But everything is there. They can see it, and they're losing out. But again, do not leave your cryptos on these exchanges. Do not leave your cryptos on with these banks. I should take my own advice, because we saw Hotbit scammed out, and well, knock on wood, we don't know yet, right? Knock on wood, we don't know yet. They're using that playbook right now that typically crypto exchange scammers would use. Anyway, long story short, you don't leave your cryptos on these exchanges. All right? Only if you're going to be trading on a regular basis, but nothing significant. I should have taken my own advice and sweating bullets right now. Next, it can't all be good news, man. It can't all be good news. Court orders Kraken to provide information on users' transactions to the IRS. Kraken has been ordered to provide information on its users who conducted the equivalent of $20,000 in crypto transactions in any 1 year between 2016 and 2020. If you've been in crypto since 2016, you probably more than likely made more than $20,000 in transactions already. Remember, these are the guys that said that, when I say these are the guys, I'm talking about the government here. Crypto is fake. Crypto is only used for illicit activities. Crypto is only used for terroristic activities. But now they want to tax you on it. Listen, if you're not going to protect me, you can't tax me. If you're not going to protect me, you can't tax me. And as a matter of fact, if we go back to this article here, there's a part in here where it states, this is one about Morgan Stanley was the other bank I was trying to think of. There's a part in here where it states that the cryptos, right, the cryptocurrencies that these banks are going to be offering to you will be separate from your money account, your dirty fiat account, and not be protected by the FDIC. Where did I read it? Maybe it was another article. But they stated that it's not going to be protected by the FDIC. And so you're going to be SOL if they get a hack. SOL if the bank, for whatever reason, shuts down, because all banks will be closed in some time in the future, right? All banks as we know them now won't exist in the future. So you'll be SOL, is what I'm saying. All right? In my case, I'm SOL if Hotbit did exit scam. So are you going to protect me, or are you going to let me recoup what I've lost if they got away? You know, are you going to help me from other scams where I lost my cryptos? Are you going to help me with losing my private keys? Like, no, you're not. So why are you taxing me on this fake internet money? I could go deep down this rabbit hole, but I'm not. I'll just end this video right here. But again, Bitcoin is undervalued. This is why they're coming for it. This is why they want to tax it, because they know that this thing is real. This thing is real. People are making a lot of money, and we need to get our share. So your Bitcoin is undervalued. You shouldn't, not financial advice, but you shouldn't be selling your Bitcoin. Taking profits from other shit coins and flipping it into Bitcoin and ETH may be the way to go. But again, not financial advice. And yeah, they are coming for you. They're coming for your Bitcoin. They're coming for your Bitcoin because they know the true value of it. They know the true value of it. Bitcoin is severely undervalued right now. I'm out. Peace.